Talcott Parsons, an American, is a link between this classical sociology and the modern sociology, or what you call modern sociology or the contemporary sociology. So Parsons studied at London School of Economics, and then he went to Heidelberg for his PhD. He was greatly influenced by Max Weber and Karl Marx, and he wrote his PhD thesis on the concept of capitalism in recent German literature. So that is how we see कि वो कैसे इन जर्मन या क्लासिकल थिंकर से इम्प्रेस हुआ और कैसे he tried to build a bridge between classical sociology and contemporary sociology. He also translated the Weber's famous book, Protestant Ethic and the Spirit of Capitalism, and that translation was in English. So he, by that training in London School of Economics and University in Germany, he analyzed classical thinkers' perspective in his very early publication titled as The Theory of Social Action. So guiding principle of this book was that sociology should be a study of meaningful social action. So that is how he tried to make a link between what the classical theorists like Weber were talking, and now he is trying to incorporate that in the contemporary sociology, which might be more dominated by the American sociologists. So he looked at voluntaristic perception of social action. So action is the result of what people voluntarily choose to do. Now, on the face of it, it looks what voluntarily people would like to do, although we could see that it is not that open. It is governed by so many, let's say, forces around that individual who acts or who puts a certain activity in a situation. So situational circumstances are there. The culture of the people is there. Other peoples are there. So given all these things, then perhaps given all these constraints, then whatever the action he takes may be considered as voluntary. So the choice might be there, but that choice is governed by the social order of the society. And order, when we look at the social order, so many forces are there which are part of the social order. So given all these, let's say, orderly situation or the system of the society, then the actor might be making a choice of his action, and that action could be based on the rationality. So Parsons sought to build a grand theory of social action. So he tried to, let's say, bring in the structural and functional approach in his writings. So approaching, let's say, positivistic kind of, let's say, way of studying the society, he was a big advocate of deductive approach rather than of the inductive approach where they talk about the grounded theories. So that is how he looked at the scientific approach in the study of human behavior, where he talked about the positivistic approach. So that is how we can say that he is a link between classical theory and that of the contemporary theory, where he started with social action and then talked about structural functionalism, and then that approach was dominant, let's say, in the early period or middle of the, let's say, 20th century.